Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm watching my own videos right now. Okay. What should I do today? Well, okay. I am really crazy. And I'm a huge Gravity Falls fan, as you probably don't know. But I ship Wendipper really badly, and I kind of just wanted to make a video of me reading a wendip fanfiction, which I don't know what one I'm going to be reading. Or wendipofanfiction.net, and then you go in and you look it up. Wendipper fanfiction. I'm eating the bunny. I'm trying to do this for my new YouTube channel called Georgina Brennan, which it's going to be going up on them. Oh, there's a cute. I shit the couple so badly. Oh, he's like so cute with him. Oh. And then the monster inside. Blah blah blah. Okay. Oh, that was hilarious. Is this fan fiction that I might read? I don't know, but it says, age is just a number. Dipper and Wendy's friendship is turning into something more while Stan roots from the sidelines. Grow up and go home. Ew. I do not ship Wendy at all. And I just saw a picture of it there. It's disgusting. I don't know what like the cutesy name is for it, but I ship Robbie and Tambry. I'm looking for a particular fan fiction. I think it's called What If. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it's called What If. Aww, they turned their whole screen page into Baymax from Big Hero 6. I might go see that movie, but I still don't know. Anyway, it says, takes place after Fight Fighters. What if Robbie did end up beating up Dipper? What if Rumble had given Dipper more than just a black eye and torn clothes? What would happen? Alternate ending to Fight Fighters. Dipper x Wendy rated T for violence. T basically stands for teenagers, but I'm 10 years old and I'm still gonna read it. Sorry. So I'm gonna read that whole. I think it's a one shot. I need to see. English. I think it's a one shot. Yeah, it is. It's a one shot. So So I'm going to start reading it for you guys. Game over, old friend, Dipper said while trying to ignore the throbbing pain in his chest. He had come out of the fight with Rumble with a black eye, a jacked-up face, and excruciating pain in his chest and torn clothes. He noticed that Robbie was trying to get his hood off from the tree branch. He walked over to help, but Robbie managed to get it off on his own by the time he reached him. What? Who was that guy? Robbie asked, sounding somewhat paranoid. However, paranoia quickly turned into anger. Why is it that whenever you're around, there's always some sort of crazy ghost or monsters or whatever? Dipper really couldn't think of any reason. I don't know, man. That guy almost broke my neck. Do you know how mad I am right now? He did sound pretty mad. Dipper figured out that only meant that he still had to fight him. So I guess you and I have to fight now, huh? Go ahead, man. Do your worst. I just want to get this over with, he said, mentally bracing himself and hoping, but highly doubting, that the pain in his chest wouldn't get any worse. Oh man, I am so going to enjoy this, Robbie said. Well before you could say gravity falls or even gravity, Robbie's fist made contact with Dipper's chest. Dipper fell to the ground, swearing he had heard something crack. He was in serious pain, but he wasn't about to run. And not just because it hurt so much, he could hardly even breathe without a jolt of pain shooting up his chest. The next blow was sent to his face. He could feel his already black eye swell up even more. He also felt blood squirt from his nose. As more blows were thrown, Robbie's smile grew bigger. Dipper soon enough fell into unconsciousness. The last thing he heard was a car door slamming. Robbie had heard it too, but he ignored it and continued to punch the now unconscious 12-year-old. Hey, Robbie, he heard. He recognized the voice. Immediately and knew he was doomed. Oh, hey, Wendy, you're back, he said, standing in front of Dipper, mentally praying Wendy wouldn't notice him. Yeah, man. She took a quick look around at the surroundings, not noticing Dipper behind Robbie's back. Whoa, what happened here? Freak tornado or something? And why is your face all jacked up? And what's that on the ground behind your back? Before Robbie had time to respond, Wendy looked behind him and got an eyeful of Dipper. She gasped. He had 2 swelling black eyes. His nose was still gushing out blood. He had cuts and large bruises all over him, and of course he was unconscious. Dipper! She screamed, pushing Robbie out of the way to get to Dipper. She gently shook him, trying to wake him up. Dipper, speak to me! She quickly tried to check for a pulse. Thankfully, there was one, but it was slow. Tears began streaming from her eyes. She quickly grabbed her cell phone and dialed 911. Hello? Yes, I need an ambulance. My friend is badly hurt and he's unconscious. Gravity Falls at the Mystery Shack, next to the water tower. Thank you. She then hung up, not letting go of Dipper's wrist. Stay with me, Dipper, she whispered. Excuse me. Robbie, what happened? She choked. Robbie couldn't think of anything to say that wouldn't give away what he did. And frankly, he was too nervous to think of anything good. All he could do was stutter. Well, he just was all he could say. Did you beat him up? She asked, seeing the look in his eyes. Robbie opened his mouth to say something, but found himself at a loss for words, so all he could do was close his mouth again. How could you? She screamed, letting go of Dipper and jumping up as so she was face to face with Robbie. You're twice his size! Wendy, I can explain, Robbie said before he could stop himself. Wendy crossed her arms. Please do, she said. The kid, he has a name. Okay, Dipper hired some bodyguard to beat me up. How does that explain how he ended up like this? And why did he hire him in the first place? I know Dipper and he wouldn't hurt anyone, Wendy said, still enraged. Robbie was once again at loss for words. How was he supposed to tell Wendy that the whole reason Dipper had hired the bodyguard was because he had challenged Dipper first and not blah 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 blah. I need to read that. I'm going to read that paragraph again. How does that explain how he ended up like this? And why did he hire him in the first place? I know Dipper and he wouldn't hurt anyone, Wendy said, still enraged. Robbie was once again at a loss for words. How was he supposed to tell Wendy that the whole reason Dipper hired the bodyguard was because he had challenged Dipper first and not have her get mad? You know what? Forget it. We're through, Wendy said and went back to tending to Dipper, leaving Robbie in shock. By about that time, the ambulance had arrived. They immediately brought out a stretcher and carefully lifted Dipper onto it. They wheeled him into the ambulance and Wendy got in after him. She gave Robbie one final death glare, vowing to herself, if Dipper didn't live, she would never forgive Robbie. And the paramedics shut the door.